This is the murder of Jamika Williams. Jamika Lachelle Williams was born on December 10, 1984 in Houston, Texas, to Angela and Jimmy Steptoe Williams. Jamika was also fondly known among her family and friends as New. She graduated from Alfonso Crutch High School, class of 2003 in Texas. After high school, she continued her education at Texas Southern University, where she majored in education. Jamika would go on to work for Cigna Healthcare as a quality assurance manager. She was a fashionista and an all-around diva. Jamika was a caring, loving, and devoted mother. Her children were her world, and she loved them wholeheartedly. On November 10, 2023, Jamika got into a heated argument with her longtime partner and live-in boyfriend, Chistopher Lee Levels. The argument got so volatile that Christopher pulled out a gun and shot Jamika in front of her 3 children. As Christopher fled the home that he lived with his 3 daughters that he shared with Jamika, their eldest called their aunt and told them what had happened to their mother. 3 girls were terrified and inconsolable. Jamika's sister stated to the press that they were not surprised that Christopher had committed such a terrible act. They stated that he had always been very jealous and overpossessive of their sister, and they knew that sooner or later he would have done something very terrible. Jatera, Jamika's sister, stated that her niece told her that her mother was in the mirror combing her hair, about to go out with her friends, and that Christopher could not handle it. So he decided to start an argument which escalated and then pull the trigger and take her life away from her children and those who love and care about her the most. One of Jamika's daughters stated that their father kept on saying, "Today is the day, you are not going nowhere." Christopher Levy fled off in a white Nissan Altima with an intention to escape his crimes. Jataria, Jamika's sister, stated, "It hurts because the fact the kids had to experience a traumatic experience like that, and that the last memory they will see of their mother, the only child that Jamika had that was spared from seeing such a horrible and unthinkable crime was her oldest child, a son named Jaden Williams, who was 18 years old." Jamika's oldest child, Jalen, stated that my mom always spoke about me graduating. Now I'm finally a senior and she won't be able to see me walk across the podium. It was supposed to be me and my mother's year. She always talked about my prom, coming to my games, and watching me walk that stage as a senior. I am not just a senior, but a senior with honors. For days, Chistopher Lee Levels hid away from officers in Texas, while Jamika's sister begged through the press and the public for him to come forward and pay the price for his cowardly act. Jamika Williams' sisters stated through the public, if Chistopher Lee Levels was man enough to do the crime, he should have been man enough to face up for what he did and turn himself in. Days later, Chistopher Lee Levels did just that. Christopher Levels and Jamika Williams had been in an off-again, on-again relationship from they were in high school. He was also the father to 2 of her youngest children. Jamika had made up her mind prior to her death that she did not feel comfortable in a relationship with Christopher anymore, and furthermore, she just outgrew him, and she was tired of his jealousy and stopping her from going places and accusing her of things. The sad thing is that Christopher couldn't let go. He felt as if Jamika was his possession, and he would not let her go out on her own and form another relationship. Clearly, Christopher feels as if he was losing control, and he made a decision that if he couldn't have Jamika, no one else was going to be able to. It's a typical mindset of an abuser. And they finally feel as if they're losing control over someone that they have underneath their thumb for so long. They commit the most heinous and heartbreaking crimes, and most of the time that crime involves taking away that person's life. Abusers do not care about the devastation that it might cause the people that they're affecting around them, even if it's their own children. Christopher's 2 young daughters had to witness him taking away their mother's life. He did not think about his children's emotional well-being or who would raise and provide for them after he had taken away their mother's life. Chistopher Lee Levels is a very selfish and evil man that only thinks about himself and what he wants. He couldn't stand the fact that Jamika was an independent woman and she was striving in her career and her day-to-day life and wanted much more than he could ever provide for her. It is so sad that the minute that she wanted to get rid of Chistopher Levels is the minute that she had lost her life, and that her children will never ever experience those fond memories of getting married, graduating from school or college with their beloved mother. Chistopher Lee Levels was charged with first-degree murder and is facing possible life in jail without the possibility of parole for the murder of Jamika Williams. My prayers and condolences goes out to her 3 beloved daughters and the rest of Jamika family. May Jamika Williams rest in peace. Until next time on the Meaningful Talk Crime Doc, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch up with you guys later in the comment section.